Welcome to Diving Deep. I'm your host, Crystal, and this is a place where we talk all things spirituality, self-help, and taboo. A safe space to have deeper, meaningful conversations and explore the nuances of life. Diving Deep welcomes everyone. Perfection isn't what is expected. Instead, what's valued here is the honoring of our truths, the deconstruction of social norms that don't serve our greatest good, and making changes to live a truly happy and authentic life. Now, if you're looking for a deep but keep it real type shit podcast, you've come to the right place. Let's get into it. Hello, deep divers. Ya tu sabes, it's Yeska Cristal, back with another one, of course. And all I gotta say is that it's been one hell of a month. April, then we're in the middle of May. And I'm telling you, she's now 4 months old. My 4-month-old why do I say year old? My 4-month-old, I swear to God, my brain, is giving me a run for my money. It's been so hard trying to keep up with things when I literally have her on my hip and it's just to the max, guys. My medulla is barely hanging by a thread, and I posted on my IG the other day that the thing that's been helping me stay together has been pulling weeds in my yard. As weird as that sound is very therapeutic for me. I don't know why. I think it's being in the sunshine, being outside in the fresh air, and it's the only thing my little girl will let me do in peace. Because anything else, she is whining to be picked up, whining to be like pushed around in her stroller, or she's wanting interaction to be played with, or she wants to be sitting on my lap, or she wants to be carried and walked around the house and looking at different things. So, yeah, like podcasting has been like almost non existent because, having her here yelling on the mic is just probably not a thing, which granted, I may or may not have her on the pod sooner or later, just depending on how it goes, because I've really not slacked because I really genuinely been so busy with my baby, but just my whole scheduling thing, having weekly episodes was my jam. I was loving it. And letting that go has made me feel kind of sad. I'm like, I love podcasting. I love being on here. I love talking about things. And I feel like the more I do it, the more comfortable I get and the more in flow I guess that I feel versus when I do them randomly. I come back and I'm like, what the fuck did I talk about last time? Or did I already repeat? Am I repeating myself or this and that? So that's another reason why I do like doing the weekly episodes. So I will definitely, I have it in my notes. Tuesdays, non-negotiable. I'm doing a podcast, whether it's 5 minutes or whether it's 30 minutes, whether it's with baby or whether it's not with baby. So if you are a real one and if you see me, hear me with my baby, thank you so much for listening and being understanding because that's just the season we're in and I'm accepting it. I'm not going to try to fight it. I'm going to roll with it. So that's that update, guys. I'm very in the thick of it, but pulling weeds has been very stress relieving. And yes, we were hanging out outside, and she loves being in her stroller outside. She'll just be looking at the trees, so I can be out there for a good like hour to an hour and a half, depending if she's hungry. Just going to town on the weeds and raking and all that shit. So I really appreciate that, and it's a godsend, and it's like the universe telling me like, hey, you need some sunshine, you need some fresh air, and you need a woosah because this girl's making you lose your hair, making you stressed out, and all kinds of shit. You may not be able to do much, but you can do this, right? This is your escape. So I'm taking it. But that's been my update, guys. And then another one is I will be performing soon at the Riverside Pride Festival, obviously in Riverside, on the 29th. Oh no, on the 30th. On the 30th. And it is a Saturday and it's in a few weeks and I'm very excited. I am trying not to say the word nervous because I don't want to give myself that kind of energy. So I'm going to say I'm excited. And I have a rehearsal coming up with my homie Lil Faded on Sunday. We will be rehearsing our songs just to feel kind of comfortable. And I really need to be actually rehearsing just at home. I've done it twice and I definitely should be doing it more so I'm more comfortable. Uh, but that's something that I just sometimes don't get to, guys. I'm like my cup is empty and that's that. So, but I'm really working to try to get that in over the next few weeks. I must. But yeah, that is my update. The goal for Tuesday is recording episodes and releasing on, I'm not sure what other day of the week. Maybe Monday, maybe Wednesday. One of those two have been my usual go to for releasing on a weekly basis. But what we're wanting to talking, well, what I want to talk about today is something that's been on my mind. And I look around in my life and I think, wow, like I'm very grateful for how my life is unfolding. And even thinking just, I forgot I had my fan on. Oops. Well, even thinking just a couple of years ago, moving back to Cali, I I came with the intention of course, doing music and being out there and whatnot. But I feel like what where my life is unfolding now is true to me. I think we can all fall victim to the comparison-itis of other people's lives, and we see on Instagram or on TikTok how they're living, or how we only see people's best sides or what's happening for them, not what they're going through, or I guess what's going downhill. Because I mean, some people, yes, because some people share everything, some people, but most people don't share everything. And a lot of what people post is like, oh, I got a new dog, or I got this, or I got flowers for Valentine's Day, or this and this and that. You know what I mean? So, which is okay. It's not a bad thing, right? But yeah, we see all these things and we think what we want is this, and then thanks to societal norms and everything that's been laid out for us over the years, it's like you have to have, own your house, and you have to have like the latest year of vehicle or the latest year of iPhone, and everything just gets more and more expensive, and it's just like a symbol of quote unquote status. Like if you got the name brands, or you got this, or you upgraded this, or you know what I mean. And everything is, there's just so much consumerism, which I obviously do buy things, and I buy new things as well, and I enjoy having new things. But it's really getting out of hand, not gonna lie. And it's all for show. A lot of it is all for show. And it makes me think, I was watching this TikTok. It had to do with what stores do, like Walmart, Target, like all these stores that have like clothes for cheaper, I guess. Um, and it just showed them sending them back to like India, and there was like stacks and stacks of piles, and how they pretty much break everything down and becomes yarn, and then make them into new clothes. And all like the people that work there like have lung problems and things like that, and like short lifespans, and how it's creating more pollution, and it's just bad for the environment. And it's like, oh my god, like there's just so much. And at the end of the day, there's just, it's just like a race, like who will have the biggest house, who will have like the best clothes, or the newest clothes, or this and that, right? And it made me think, I'm like, what? I know that didn't, I'm bringing it back, guys. I'm bringing it back. It made me think, like, I'm so grateful that I have been stepping out of that race, or that place mentally, emotionally, because it is emotionally as well. It's something to do with like your, wanting to be accepted and whatnot anyway. But yeah, I'm like, I'm very grateful that I can step away from that, at least mostly. I'm still human and I, will fall prey to that, whatever, or victim, or I guess not victim. I wouldn't say victim because I don't like calling myself a victim. But I'm like, okay, I know that this life that I'm creating, I know the stuff that I'm acquiring, like these are genuinely things that like I really like or I want. I'm not buying this thinking, oh, like I'm gonna get this and then I'm gonna look like I'm gonna look like I have money, or I'm gonna whatever you know what I'm talking about, right? And like, or the newest like iPhone, and it's when you look at the specs and things like that, you're like, it is not worth the upgrade or to buy a new phone every single year. It is a waste. It really is a waste. And I hate talking like that, but I'm like, I'm being like judgmental. I feel like it sounds like I'm being a hater, but I'm not being a hater. It really is like, it makes you think like, what is all this worth? What is, look around and is like, is everybody really happy, or is everybody just like living a life to, outdo their neighbor or the next person over, or outdo this person on social media, blah, 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 blah. It's like, what do people really want? There's something missing inside. And it's just largely wanting, like people wanting to fill it with things, with whatever the case, like even addictions stuff, whatever the case may be. But it's like, if we would just slow down and take a look inside and really get to know ourselves, like, and meet those needs, because they all come from a core need, right? Everything ties down to inner inner child shit or whatever. And at the end of the day, and it's like, okay, what do I really want? What do I really need? What kind of life am I building? Um, yeah, how do I want to be feeling? Because at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it matters how you feel, and it doesn't matter as much what other people think of you. And it may feel like it matters a lot, but when you dig down and deeper, it's like, no, that's not the real thing. The real thing is that I feel, let's say I feel inadequate, or I feel like embarrassed because of this, or I feel like I'm not talented, so I make up for it in this manner and that manner. And it's not just about buying things either. It's just kind of like the way you're living, the way you're presenting yourself. I would say just it's important for us to look and be like, why am I doing this? Or why am I buying this? Or why am I living life like this? Why am I creating this at the end of the day? It seems like an insignificant question to ask, but it really isn't, because it means a lot. And I feel like if most of the world were aligned with their purpose, we would be so much better off. We would be so much happier. There'd be so much more love going around, because when people have like, when they're driven by purpose and passion, it's, you can't be like, it's just a higher vibration, period. You can't taint that. That is the universe, God, the creator, working through us, and that is what's coming out of us and into the world. And it's only beauty, it's only like love and creation. Yeah, and I think the world so desperately needs that. And yeah, me looking around in my life right now, slowly but surely, I have been acquiring things that mean something to me, or doing things that mean something to me or make me feel better. Um, and not so much looking at it like, okay, so I live in this house, right? It's a pretty small house. It's definitely old and it needs a lot of like TLC, which I don't think we will do that because we're renting it, we're not buying. Um, and yeah, I'm like, I could be like, oh, like this isn't quote unquote aesthetic, or like the modern, whatever countertops or cabinets or color scheme and this and that. And I could look at it that way and be more ungrateful or like wishing I had what my neighbor had or what I see on Instagram. But instead I choose to, that looks really nice. And but what I have right now, it's meeting my needs. We're happy and it's very inexpensive compared to a lot of places here in California. And I have a big ass yard full of weeds, of course, but it's a project I can take on. And I guess in a way it works out because I want to do something to the house. And if I want to do something, I might as well just do it to the yard, bring me joy. Being outside brings me joy. So I say that's a win. I don't mind putting a little bit of money into or a little bit of elbow grease into our yard to have a place that I can look outside and like see flowers or my grapefruit tree or my pomegranate tree or whatever I end up deciding to do with our yard. Um, yeah, I'm like, you know what? I am so tired of trying to compare to everybody and I feel fulfilled. And when you really look at what you have and what you really want and need, what's true to you, what's authentic to you, you find that it's so much simpler than what society shows on like social media that you need to have like the latest and the greatest and the biggest and the newest and this and this and that, it's not the case. Not too long ago, like I couldn't wait to like, oh, I can't wait till like we buy a house or I can't wait till this and this and that. But when I really sit in it, I'm like, why am I doing this? Or what is it? What are the actual needs? Is it the big house that's gonna bring me joy? Or is it something about the house that's gonna bring me joy? Is it the yard? Or is it the this, or is it because other people will think that, oh, you look like you have money type shit? And then when I really broke everything down, it's like, okay, what is a core essence to what it is that I'm craving, what I'm needing, and how can I give that to myself so I feel like I'm nourished, I feel like I'm good. Meanwhile, of course, work toward like the next level. I think it's important to grow as a person and then have your ultimate dream and have ultimate like manifestations in the progress, right? But it doesn't mean that you can't have that energy or that essence like today and be grateful where you're at today and not compare yourself, your journey, because our journeys are very different timelines, and that's how it's supposed to be. That's literally how it's supposed to be. We don't all manifest the same. We don't all create the same things. We don't all want the same things. We don't all function. Like it's just so complex, and we can't possibly think that we should have it quote unquote together at a certain timeline when we're so different. We've gone through so many different things, right? So, yeah, now that I look at my life, I'm like, okay, my yard is giving me just vibes, nature. I hear birds every morning. I'm gonna plant flowers and I have a family. I have my baby that I love and cherish. I have a man that works hard and we're growing together and we're really working through a lot of our core wounds and triggers and things and being more vulnerable with each other and yeah, just getting closer by the day and it's like wow, like I could have missed out on a life that feels very wholesome to me if I would have continued the route, like wanting to manifest everything here and now, or I need to look like this here and now, or I need to make this type of music because it's what's hot right now. And that was kind of like the mind state, and maybe not necessarily fully consciously, but definitely behind it all, there was a pushing force, and it had something to do with that. And now I'm like, no, I'm good no matter what, and I have this beautiful life, and it feels good to me. And meanwhile, I get to work on things that I love, and I have my goals that I am setting for myself, I've set for myself, and will continue to progress toward them. And yeah, I wanted to share that today because so much of this world is just faster and faster and more and bigger and more and this. And I just think, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I want to be able to reach people and just really think about that. Questioning. My thing is always like questioning things, right? What really makes us feel better? Not as in like, okay, I'm coping with this. I'm feeling hurt, so I'm going to try to do something to distract. No, no, no. I don't mean it in that way where you're bypassing your emotions or your wounds. But I mean, yeah, bring that authentic joy into your life, authentic needs, like those little inklings that you get that, oh, I want to try that. And then the voice that says, no, 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 I don't know. What are people going to say? Or why am I going to do that? Or I'm not going to do anything with that. What's the point of it? Or what if I don't finish it? Fuck the noise. Fuck the rest. And just follow those inklings. Sometimes those inklings are just to cure a satisfaction or satisfy a curiosity. Sometimes they're to teach you something. Sometimes they're just to give you a joy in a moment in time to keep you going for the next step, whatever the case may be for your situation. It is so important, you know, and I know I can personally attest to this that when I started listening to these little things that seem just like they're not that important, or I drowned out with the noise and like, no, I should be doing this, or no, but I need to make it happen right now, or oh, people are not going to like me if I do this, or doing this or talking about this is boring, so I shouldn't do it. I'm like, no, fuck that shit. What is true to me, I'm going to do that and I'm going to bring into the world. And that's where I'm going to function out of that energy. And I have never felt more at home, stressed, of course, with the 4 month old, but never better. Never better, never more at peace with my decisions, never more at peace with my timeline and trust in myself and the future, and trusting that the future will unfold for me the way it's meant to for me, because I've been listening to that little voice, to my intuition, and slowly but surely, because yeah, trust me, the FOMO is motherfucking real. And those little voices come back to talk some shit, and the little devil on our shoulder can be like, you know what I mean, or wreak some havoc, however the fuck you say that. But yeah, I envision a world, my world would be definitely here, obviously in the US, right? But like, just period. I envision a world where people are living in their truth and so present and so truly in bliss, because nothing brings you true bliss like living a true life, a an authentic life, a just a full life only for you. Like, there's just this emanating bliss that you just can't compare. Sure, you can get happy if you're gonna go buy this or got that or something, whatever, this or the other. Yeah, that's a cool feeling, but that's not bliss. It's not this, I don't know how to describe it, but this like this little ball of like golden light and fuzziness inside your heart and around you that's like, wow, this feels good. This feels so good. Like, this is nice. What's that TikTok? This is nice. It's kind of like that vibe. You're just like, oh, wow, like this is it. Like, this is the gold right here. This is the true joy. This is what I really want. So I'll leave you with that because my baby is rolling around. And before she starts crying or slapping me around, I better wrap this up. But I hope you enjoyed this podcast. And for sure, leave some comments, give me a rating. I will definitely be working on weekly episodes for you to look for every week. And that's all I have for you guys. Again, please come out to the show if you're in the Riverside area. May 30th in Riverside. I will be posting in my personal stories for Facebook and Instagram. Other than that, rate the show, share my show, share it on your stories, tag me in it wherever you listen to. I really want to make this podcast honestly a source of like opportunities slash revenue slash joy, all that. Would love. And I would like to know your thoughts as well. If you guys like longer episodes or shorter episodes, what are we feeling, thinking? I would love to know. But yes, thank you so much for listening if you're still here. And I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.